Hello everyone, it's Gordon here with Finnmark Designs, and in today's Sauna University video, we're going to discuss probably one of the more important aspects of owning or purchasing a infrared sauna, and that's going to be the sauna heaters. So I'm going to talk about what Finnmark Designs has, in particular on the heaters and how we position them, as well as what's on the market and what you should be cautious about. So let's go ahead and dive in. The first thing that I want to go over is what Finnmark Designs is probably most proud of, and that is our Spectrum Plus UL listed heaters. So this is the most innovative heater on the market right now. Again, it's safe, which is a far cry from a lot of the stuff that you're seeing being pushed out into the marketplace. It's got the fastest heat up time industry wide, fastest heat up time. It's dual micron, so it's going to give you a little bit of mid infrared, but the primary is going to be far infrared. And of course, probably my favorite part of this heater is a 360-degree full circle heat. And that is because we took this reflector, which is about a half octagon reflector, and we designed and engineered it in a way that it actually started reflecting and bouncing infrared around to push out against the human body. A lot of complaints for older heaters, which were called ceramic. Now, this is not a ceramic heater, but older heaters that were called ceramic actually had what we call hot spots. And that's because it was just one big pole, basically, or one big heater that went vertical across or horizontal across. And it basically had no reflection. It was just a very hot heater. We took the methodology of that and we actually re-engineered and changed it into what we call Spectrum Plus. But you're going to see on the market, you're going to see a lot of carbon sauna heaters. Now, carbon has its benefits. This is a carbon heater here. It has its benefits, right? So it is a larger heater, so it covers more surface area in the sauna, right? And more body surface, but it doesn't penetrate as deep, and it's got a much longer wavelength, so it's a more calming. And in our opinion, there are some benefits to that. Again, you're only going to get to 140, 145 degrees with a carbon heater. There are some benefits, but combining the two with the Spectrum Plus, that's going to get 25% deeper penetration, and the full 360 full body therapy out of the Spectrum Carbon. It's kind of combining the two and making the best of both worlds. Now, can you have a ceramic or a Spectrum Plus ink alloy and a carbon heater combined together, like some brands suggest? No, it doesn't work that way. You need to have these heaters running independently and simultaneously. So independent and simultaneous. Now again, I'm going to get into placement, but placement is very, very important as well. So when we actually designed all of the infrared saunas for Finnmark Designs, we took into account the user, which a lot of manufacturers don't do, which is surprising. So I would say, and I'm not going to guess, but it's a very high percentage of the population has back pain, neck pain, sciatica pain, hip pain. All of those things are going to be, you're going to have a lot more benefits using a shortwave Spectrum Plus heater that's penetrating deeper into the muscle and the fat. Okay, so that's why we put those on the back of the wall, because a carbon heater isn't going to penetrate that deep into your muscle and your fat, especially if you're working on your midsection, right? If you're trying to work on that and lose some weight around your midsection, a carbon heater is really not going to penetrate as deep as you need to start seeing the actual results that you want. So we put the two Spectrum Plus in the back, so those are your shortwave. And then we covered your left and right of the sauna with our carbon full body or full surround. Again, they don't penetrate as deep, but they cover more body surface area. So in our particular sauna, basically covered throughout the entire sauna in this ecosystem that we like to create, which is a combination of our Spectrum Plus and the carbon heater all in one sauna. So it's probably the best design. And again, it was engineered in a way to give the user the best, or what we like to say, the ultimate sauna experience. Okay, so let's talk about full spectrum, because this is coming up a lot. A lot of people are talking about it, and a lot of people are frankly misinformed about it. So full spectrum is basically, it's near. So you have three types of spectrum in infrared. So you have near, mid, and far. Far infrared, okay, far infrared, in your PubMed articles, most of your journals, your peer-reviewed, all of that, all of those articles and citations that were ever put out is going to be mostly based on far infrared. There is almost none on mid infrared, and very few on near infrared, and I'll get into the near infrared in a second. But a full spectrum is going to have all three. Now, does Finnmark Designs have all three? 100%. But if you want the full dosage, and again, I'm going to get into that in a second. If you want the full dosage of having a near infrared, there's going to be other options that we're going to recommend. And lastly here, heat lamps. Okay, if you see an infrared sauna online or advertised, I wish I had a picture on here, but if you see any sauna that the actual heater glows, okay, if it glows, like if you see an actual red or orange glow out of that heater, those are quartz heat lamps. Okay, one, they're extremely dangerous because of the temperatures that they actually get to, and two, the benefits of those quartz heaters are lacking in many departments, especially in the fact that the closer you are, the higher the benefit. And unfortunately, when you're up against a heater that's getting 400, 500 degrees in that cavity, okay, you can't get very close to that heater, meaning the further away you sit, the less benefits you get. It's actually very surprising to us that more companies are putting these heaters, these more dangerous heaters, in their saunas. We refuse to do that. In fact, we can get to high temps, right, without putting unsafe heaters like those quartz heat lamp heaters in the sauna. So I'm going to touch on this in this video because people are going to want to see this, the explanation of the near infrared and the red light. But check out our other video, because I have a whole video that's dedicated to red light therapy and near infrared. So I'm not going to touch on this too much, but there are companies out there that are putting these red light panels inside of their saunas. I don't think they're thinking too clearly on this, because if you look on the back here of how many fans it takes to cool this thing down. So if this was sitting in your home in a 72-degree environment, all these fans are running to cool that whole LED board down. Now, think about putting this LED board or this panel in a sauna that gets to 140, like some of our competitors, or even us, like 170, right? It's the failure rate is extremely high. And then some people will say, oh, well, use the infrared, use your near infrared light, and then turn that off, and then turn on your infrared. Well, the problem with that is then you might as well have just used this infrared in a more comfortable seating position outside of the sauna. So you might as well have just bought it separately. Now, again, I'm going to get into some of this stuff, but I wanted to touch on it today, on what some of the facts that are out there, like the LED class ratings, and of course the peer review articles that are out there. Here's a good example. This is a typical light you could find on LED light that has all these benefits, right, on Amazon. And there are all these citations they're basically putting on their websites. But this is actually the device that was tested to get all those citations. So again, we'll get into that a little bit later. I hope this video helps everyone kind of understand the heaters and what options are out there and what's best. So if you guys have any questions, follow us on Sauna University. We're here to help kind of walk you through your purchasing decision. Have a great day. And as always, stay healthy.